You know, there are so many people in South Africa, especially foreign nationals, who are laughing at us, South Africans, and they're calling us lazy and stupid, you know? And I don't think that's a fair statement because South Africa has suffered years of being deprived of opportunities given our history in our country.
Look, it's Zandi Wardle.
But other foreign countries have also suffered years of struggles. So if you see Nigerians, Somalians, Ethiopians coming to South Africa, even the Chinese coming to South Africa to strive for a better life, it's because they can't do that in their own countries. They're trying to maximize on the money that they're trying to achieve, maximize on profits for their countries and for their legacies. So for me, they come here, especially foreigners. They come here and tell us that, yeah, South Africans, you're stupid, And at first, I used to be so upset every time I heard that statement, but I then tried to understand why they're calling us stupid. I think they're calling us stupid because they're saying we have to travel and find visas and find residency in difficulty, and still we make money, millions, and we take them back home, that money back home. Meanwhile, you guys are crying of unemployment and you're complaining of unemployment. You have no money, you're poor, you live in shacks, but you want to chase the foreigners away. So there was a lot of looting that has happened over the years in South Africa. We're looting the shops of foreigners and we're saying that they must go away. Rightfully so. I don't think that foreign nationals should take priority in owning shops in South Africa over South Africans. It should be South Africans first that are given permission to own shops in lands and everything like that. But now South Africans are not applying to get these shops. These foreign nationals are finding these shops vacant in the Kassi's. And that's why they're owning these shops. They rent them out. South Africans are not renting them out, and then because South Africans are saying they don't have capital. And that's why we are called stupid. Guys, what's the most beautiful thing about Chinatown? For example, I bought this hair there. It's beautiful hair. The most beautiful thing about Chinatown is not for us to say, yeah, that Chinatown must close. No. The most beautiful thing about Chinatown is thinking, how can I stock there to sell for people in my community so that they don't have to travel from the rural areas to go to Chinatown, Joburg. They don't have transportation. What's so beautiful about small streets? They make millions every year. It's not for us to say, yeah, small street must go. It's for us to say, how can I stock? Because we don't have access to their products. How can I stock these things and then go and sell back home where people don't have to travel so far to get to Joburg, So I think that, foreign nationals shouldn't own tuck shops and shops in townships, but rather they have to have some space in the city, because the city is the melting pot. It's almost cosmopolitan. So therefore, when they own these shops, that's where we can stock and then sell to our communities. For me, that's one way of solving this problem as peaceful as we possibly can. So you say people must go home, go back to their countries, then what? Okay, so the foreigners have gone. Let's say the foreigners have gone. The Somalians, the Indians, the Chinese, the UKians, everybody has gone. Then what? You don't have the capital to rent out these shops. You're waiting on the government to give you the 350. Why? Because as South Africans, we suffered too much that we're now wired that way to expect the government to do something for us. I'll give you an example in closing. An example of a child. You know, if you have a child, I'm going to make an example with my parents because I don't have children yet. They never gave me everything I needed. So what happened was, after matric, they gave me a start to say, na indlela. After that, I had to find my own way to get sponsorship, the bursary, because they always told me that we don't have money. They could only afford to let me go and study a part-time course before I actually enroll for the degree. So therefore, they didn't give me everything. I had to ask people around and learn, how do you apply for a bursary? How do you get in NFSAS? How do you get all that, you know? So, when you give them everything, they will always need you. But when you limit their supply, they find a way to say, how can I maximize on what I have? My parents gave me a start in Joburg. So for me to survive in Joburg all these years and to even get a job, to graduate, that was all on me. So the government giving us the 350s and the pension, it's just to say, it's a start. You can then say, I'm saving money, I'm going to buy seeds so that I can plant spinach and sell. You get what I'm saying? I've gotten my pension or my grant of anything, and I'm going to go to Joburg and stock and then sell hair. I have a friend, she actually sells hair from Chinatown, and she's very successful in her business. So that's how we're supposed to start thinking. Not what we receive and expect more, and then when we start failing, we want to loot, we want to chase people, we want to hurt people who are successful. That's why there's so much witchcraft in South Africa. People are just bewitching because of SARS. That's why you're spending so much money. Nifuna izinyoka, ningena enyangeni, nifuna ukuthandazelwa emasontweni ngosawoti with water. Let me tell you, the successful business people abangena eindumbeni nanani, they don't tell you. They tell you ukuthi singena eindumbeni. They don't tell you the principle. The principle is not chowing everything that you have or all your profits. The principle is investing back. Semane bayaya nje endumbeni or esontweni to say they're looking for inhlanhla and they're asking for blessings. No, indumba ayibaniki imali, inyoka ayibaniki imali. Into ebaniki imali to say whatever I have, ngenzani? Ngithenga imoto, ngiyenze Uber. Next thing senzo afforda ama Uber amabili. You get what I'm saying? Whatever I have, ngithenga iland istanzi, ngenza ingadi. From that money sengizothenga istanzi sesibili. From there ngivula fruits and veg. Kahleni bafethu. Kahleni. I'm Zandi Waddle.